All right, the Bruiser Bait Challenge up there in Tennessee. Mr. Norman Lee Fishing, and one of his compadres are going to have a little challenge. They asked me to select 7 random baits. They're going to choose from them, and they're going to go fishing with whatever I send them. So here's what's coming your way, Norm. 10-inch curly tail Bruiser, summer crawl. One of my favorites, especially when I'm wacky rigging stuff, finesse Texas rig, the diamond tail, and then that's the plum apple. One of my other favorites that I cut down, put on a Ned rig, that is the light green pumpkin blue tip 5-inch Bruiser stick. One of our all-time sellers, watermelon shad big jerk. This thing catches them all over the place. Can't go wrong with the Hot Monkey drop shot. That's the Hot Monkey 5.5-inch drop shot. You'll catch everything with this guy. That's the McMinnow in green pumpkin. The Bruiser hog, I think I sent some custom colors from a customer in Missouri. And the Super Swimmer and Sexy Shad. All these are headed your way. As well as I'm going to send a little bonus. Bruiser Cruiser 6 to 9 diver. Somebody's going to get this. Throwing you a little curveball. And then the other person is going to get the Banger 110. Alright? In the chrome black. So chrome black and crawl coming your way. Alright guys. Hope you catch them up. Good luck. Can't wait to see who wins.
What's up, guys? What is up? What is up? What's going on this morning, Colin?
Ready to hammer them down.
You ready to do this, brother?
Let's do it, brother.
Hey, we want to welcome everybody to the Bruiser Bait Challenge. Now, before we get started, first thing we got to do is we got to give a big shout out to Steve Dial, Bruiser Baits. You guys rock and roll. Bruiser Bait made this challenge happen today, man. But we got a total of 8 packs of baits and 2 bonus baits, and we're going to be hammering down with these baits today. What do you say?
We should be.
Yeah.
They're all good baits.
What do you want to do to get this thing? We got to draw for the baits, man.
Yeah, let's do that.
What do you think? Rock, paper, scissors?
Let's rock, paper, scissors.
That's 2 out of 3?
2 out of 3.
You do realize I've never rock, paper, scissors before, right?
Well, I do know a professional one, so.
You do? Oh, shit. Hey,
but it ain't me. It's not me.
I was going to say, you're going to tell me I already lost before you even put the boats in the water?
Well, I'll just go on and pick.
All right, Ray, let's see.
Ready?
You go 3 times?
Yeah,
and
go
then
1, 2, 3, and then whatever you want to do.
Now when you, okay, let's give it a try, right?
Yep.
Now we got to draw first. Let's get the ball rolling, guys. Let's go. Ready?
Yep.
1,
2, 3. I beat you. That's 1 to me. All right, you ready? 1, 2, 3. I got you again. I'm picking first.
You know what?
I'm picking first.
That freaking sucks. I'm losing before we even put the boats in the water. Okay. Let's pick some baits. Hey, when we pick these baits, show the camera what you got there.
Heck yeah.
Oh man, we got a good choice to choose from today.
Well, you know,
what do you think?
I'm going to have to start out with the Bruiser Bait McMinnow.
Oh man.
The McMinnow.
You suck. That was the one I was going to pick, dude. Alright. What do we got here? Alright. I'll tell you what. Yeah, never could hurt to draw the Bruiser Bait drop shot worm. That's always a hell of a choice.
Heck yeah.
Alright.
Let's see what else we got. Oh man. Let's go. Since you done the drop shot worm, I'm going to go with the diamond tail. It is plum apple. Look at that color right there.
Now you're just pissing me off. 2 first ones I was not right. Okay. Alright, now let's see here what we got here. Just it. Oh, you know what? Let's just do this here. Check that out, guys.
Oh man, that was going to be my next one.
I'll tell you what.
That was my next one.
Never could fill the 5-inch stick bait. Awesome, dude. Alright, go for it, man.
Heck yeah. Let's do, I want to throw a Texas rig today. And so my next bait I'm going to do is going to be the Bruiser hog. Look at that. Man, them things are awesome.
Tell you what, boys. That Bruiser hog's always a hell of a choice. That next one's not too big of a hard decision for me. Bam!
That is, that means he's throwing a Carolina rig sometime today.
We got the Summer Craw 10-inch curly tail. Bam! Alright, go for it, man.
Alright. Next thing I want to do is I'm going to throw a chatterbait sometime today. So with that, let's see. Is there any preference you want?
If you don't care, I'll take that one.
Look at this. This thing right here is gonna, what is this called, Norman?
That is called the Big Jerk.
The Big Jerk.
Yes.
That is going to be tied onto a chatterbait today at some point in time.
Big Jerk picks a Big Jerk, right?
Yeah, I picked it.
You
so
agree
yeah.
with that? Big Jerk throwing a Big Jerk. But I can't call him a Big Jerk too much because we're down to the last 2 baits. And he basically says, you got any preference? So I gave him my preference, so he's not a Big Jerk today. Because he allowed me to, bam! Super Swimmer Junior, guys.
Heck yeah, I couldn't take all the baits that I knew that he's going to fish.
We got 2 left.
2 left. This is the bonus baits right here, guys.
Steve hooked us up with 2 bonus baits, guys. They're 2 hard baits. Alright, what we got? Go ahead and choose.
Man, I got the Bruiser Cruiser right here. Look at this.
He is picking everything.
The Bruiser Cruiser has not let me down before, so I got to go with it.
Alright, that's alright. That's not a problem because I am going with the Banger 10. Let's get her done.
Let's get her done, brother.
Let's go for it, man. Guys, me and Colin, CB Bass in 1983, normally fishing. We will see you guys on the water.
Heck
ready
yeah.
to go hammer down?
Let's go drop the boat.
Let's go, buddy.
I gotta grab, look at this, a McMinnow green pumpkin. And look at this. I'm gonna pair that green pumpkin up with the Chattown lures, majestic purple. I don't care if you got lucky gloves, lucky drawers.
Hey there, brother.
Let's go, brother.
Let's get it done, man. Bruiser Bait Challenge starts now. a little bit. Ah. Way to get the ball rolling, guys. I'll get back in the back a little bit. Hey, what's up, man? What's up? $12 minimum across the board, dude. Alright guys, check that out. We got 102, 1.02. There you go. Check that guy there! Yeah! First one of the day, you guys. Woohoo! Hey, you know what? Let's get another one, bud. We gotta get this thing off the wall, though. We're gonna crash and burn! 1.02, guys. Right there. Got a pretty fish? Yeah. What's that? Chain that running! 102, dude. Go back, row. Get a little bit bigger. If y'all looking for a perfect rod to throw a hard jerk bait with, you gotta check out Power Core Custom Rods. They're crankbait stick. Any type of bait, whether you have a top water, a crankbait, hard jerk bait, anything where you have multiple treble hooks on it, where you gotta have that really soft tip, such as a crankbait. Power Core Custom Rod crankbait rod is the bomb for throwing a hard jerk bait, especially like this Banger 10 by Bruiser bait. This rod, you can cast it a mile, but it has a nice soft tip, which you know, it still has a pretty good power in the backbone of this rod, where you can hold the fish if you need to, but it has a nice soft tip with fishing and bait with, you know, multiple treble hooks like this. It'll really add fish catches to your total, to your daily total, because you won't rip as many hooks out as if you were using a little bit stronger tip. But you guys need to get out there and check out Power Core Custom Rods. Go to their website, powercorerods.com. And again, if you guys throw a lot of hard jerk bait such as this Bruiser or Banger 10 by Bruiser bait, you gotta check out this crankbait rod. Mr. Warren Page, he'd hook you up if you give him a call, let him know exactly what you're looking for. Let him know you've seen me throwing this crankbait rod, and you want him to make the same weight, same rod. He can do it for you. But you won't find another rod like it for throwing this hard. These hard jerk baits.
Lures with McMinnow on there. Look at there. 13 ounces.
I'm talking about, boys and girls. You're on a Carolina rig, but what you got here, pretty close to the bank. Now there's a shelf that comes off of this bank, and the shelf goes out all the way out right to the channel edge. But on that shelf, you got chunk rock that comes down the edge of that shelf, and then as it gets towards the bottom of that shelf, there's bigger rock, and some of it again is boulder size rock down there. We're right on the downward slope of a shelf. I don't know if you can see it in the camera or not, but there's almost like little pencil, like you took a sharp pencil and just dotted along the bottom line. That's actually what signifies shell bed. It almost looks like little bitty pencil marks all the way along that bottom line. There's a big rock right there, and if you see, there's a big rock right there, and there's a fish right on the backward side of that rock. That'll give you a good idea where these fish set up. There's a big rock right there, and there's some fish right on the back side of that rock setting up ready to ambush. You got a big rock right there. You got a couple fish right on the back side of that rock there. There's quite a few rocks right here, you know. So that's kind of what we're targeting right here. There's another big rock right there. There's a big fish right on the back side of that rock. There's another rock right there. There's a big fish right setting up on the back side of that rock, right where she's supposed to be.
Got it.
£1 pound, 11 ounces. one, just barely.
Shit. Now that is what I am freaking talking about. Colin, got one for you, brother. That is what I'm freaking talking about right here. Let's go! Let's go! Dang, it's a little bit smaller than I thought. 14.
14 what?
It's actually 314, 2 ounces shy.
Oh, okay. That's alright. That's a good one, though.
Yeah, I actually thought it was bigger.
Yeah. Yeah, no, you're good.
All right, guys. 314 right there. I want you to take a look at this thing, guys. This is a shout out to Bruiser Bait, Steve Dahl, the whole Bruiser family. I'm so lucky to be part of the Bruiser Bait family, guys. That's a drop shot worm. And what I do when I tip the micro jigs, I'll actually shorten it up. It's actually too long of a profile bait. I'll take about 1 inch of it off, and it makes a perfect trailer for your micro jigs. Normally my go-to is a McMenna. Unfortunately, not unfortunately, we're still got them out here showing them off, but unfortunately for me, Steve hooked us up with the drop shot worm and the McMenna, and Colin drew the McMenna before I could draw it. So that's the only reason I'm not using the McMenna as my trailer, but either one of them were great. I've used both of them as a trailer, and as you can see, this drop shot worm works perfect. Guys, let's go. Let's catch another one. You know, I got to catch him today to be able to beat Colin. Colin's a hammer no matter where he goes, and I know I'm going to have to catch him to beat him. So let's catch another one, man.
Go. 14 ounces. Largemouth. Or in person. Heck yeah. She gets off at 5.
How big was it?
Hold on. Dang, he's hooked. There's good.
Your jigs?
Texas rig right now. 1.04.
1 pound even. 1 pound even. 1 pound even. Let's get her back in. Colin, that was rough.
Yeah, I'm glad it's over.
Yeah. I mean, you know, that was some tough fishing, and they weren't general. I hate to keep harping on currents, but
Well, when you're here, current is the main thing. That's the reason why I left and tried to, instead of trying to catch smallmouths, I tried to go after some largemouth, which I did end up getting like three or four of them.
I ended up running all the way down as well to one of my largemouth areas, and I didn't catch nothing off of it, but you know, yeah, man. I mean, if it wasn't for the wind, we had some good wind that, at least for once, it was blowing the direction the current's supposed to be going.
Yeah. I mean,
instead of the opposite direction.
And I think that helped, because
it did. It helped. It helped a little. You know, if we didn't have the wind today blowing the direction the current's supposed to be blowing, I mean, I don't think we would have had what we had.
Yeah.
But typically, I mean, every time I've been out here and the current's been slow, the wind's been blowing against the current, and it almost puts almost puts it neutral, and in some instances it's actually pushing you against the flow of the current, which you don't want. But anyway, the baits I caught them on today, first thing in the morning, I actually ended up catching one on the Banger 10, which is the Banger 10's suspended jerk bait. It works really, really well. I was actually throwing it on my Power Core custom rod. I was throwing it on a 7.2 crankbait stick. And the reason I like to throw most of my baits that I throw, whether it be a crankbait, whether it be a topwater, whether it be a jerk bait, anything that has multiple treble hooks, typically I'm going to throw on my cranking rod. The reason being is you want that big polybolical tip so you don't jerk it out of it. With these treble hooks. The Power Core custom rod 7.2, it has a strong backbone, but it has that nice polybolical sensitive tip that'll come around on you, so you got a lot of leverage on that fish as it pulls that rod tip. It's not wanting to have that stiff tip where it actually wants to pull it away from the fish. It also gives it better opportunity to load up as she hits when you pull back on her, versus a stiffer tip. When it tries to load up the rod, that stiffer tip in a lot of cases actually pulls the bait out of the fish before you're able to react to it when they hit it quick. My other bait, the bait I got most of them on today, including one about 4 pounds, 4 pound smallie, was our Chattown lures, and I had it tipped. All of my Chattown lures I threw today, I had them tipped with the Bruiser bait drop shot worm. And when I tip the drop shot worm, I'll actually cut about 1 inch off the front side of it to shorten it up a little bit. Now that drop shot worm also works just like its namesake. Very good drop shot bait out here as well.
I'm surprised you didn't throw it today.
The reason I didn't was I was getting bit from time to time, and I knew it was going to be a tough bite. The way the current was, there was no current. I mean, the current was so, I knew it was going to be tough. And I figured I had this tight on, I might as well just keep it in the water versus take an extra 2 or 3 minutes to tie a drop shot on. Because no matter how you looked at it, it was going to be a tough bite. And I was getting bit on this, so that's the reason I didn't go to the drop shot. But that drop shot one was very good on the drop shot as well. But other than that, that was my arsenal today. How about you, Colin? What did you do? What did you catch them on?
Let's see. I also was throwing the Chattown Lures Majestic Purple, but I had it tipped with a green pumpkin McMinnow. So I done fairly well with it, especially starting out. I caught 3 right out the gate, and which I got some good video of somebody pulling up on me and trying to fish right on top of me. So that's going to be interesting.
That always makes some good video.
So I had that. Then I done a lot of my damage with this. I got a Texas rig with the Bruiser bait diamond tail. This is the plum color. I went like what Norman said, we didn't have a lot of current. I wasn't getting the bites consistent enough that I felt comfortable about staying where I was at. So I made a move and decision to go after largemouths instead of trying to hammer down on some smallmouths. So this worm here, I've been catching them on Chickamauga, and so I just kept it going with this.
Kept the wheel spinning.
Yep. Then I got a little creative, Norman. This here's a Berkeley slobber knock, but
now before you start on that, Colin, I'm going to say one thing. When Colin tells you how he rigged this trailer, keep in mind, you know, when you're out there experimenting with stuff, keep an open mind. I mean,
I did get quite a few hits off of it too.
Well, exactly, and here's the thing. Experiment. If you have an idea, don't be afraid to go out and try it. Cut baits down. There's no there's no problem at all
against it either.
There's no problem at all if you alter an existing bait. It's not a knock against the company. It's just you coming up with different ways you could actually try to put the bait in front of the fish and catch them on a tough day like we had today. Yeah. You know, and you keep an open mind. You go out, if you have an idea, go out and try it. Shoot, who knows? You might be the next A-rig inventor. You know, if that makes sense at all. So yeah, just don't be afraid to experiment. Go ahead, Colin.
So I got the Berkeley slobber knock, which is pretty much just all it is, just a vibrating jig. But for me to throw this, Norman, what did I have to do?
How to make a trailer.
Well, because I had to have some Bruiser on with it, right?
And remember too, we were limited to, besides the 2 hard baits that we had, we were limited. We only had 4 different types of baits each at our disposal. You know, my go-to trailer on the micro jigs is the McMinnow. That I use both. The one I use today and the McMinnow, but my go-to is a McMinnow. But Colin drew it, so I had to use a drop. So we were limited. So
yeah.
Go ahead, finish.
You at least had to throw the drop shot worm.
Yeah.
But I mean, we've been catching fish on both of them.
Yeah.
But so what I done on the slobber knock, I had to have a Bruiser bait as a trailer. The only thing that I had close, Norman, to it was a big jerk. So what I done is I cut that big jerk in half and used the tail of it. And I mean, and then I actually, it's kind of shorter than what I was wanting, Norman, but I was able to shorten that skirt up, so it kind of gave it that, it still had that profile. And I mean, I missed 2 on it that I know that was decent fish, but it moves great. So I mean, that's something to kind of keep in the back of our minds.
That looks good too. That really, I mean, you actually did some good trimming on that thing to make that work. That looks really sharp.
So that's what I done. I wished we had about another hour. If I would have had another hour, I think I could have made it work to where I would have done a lot better than what I did.
Well, good deal, man. You want to get down to the nitty gritty? Before we tell everybody as far as the weights and everything, I can't remember what was the bet that we wagered. How much was that? Wasn't it like $100 we wagered about?
That's what you say now, but you wasn't saying that earlier.
But anyway, what did you have, Colin?
I ended up with 9 fish. I caught 2 walleye. I wish those would have counted.
That was the wrong brand.
They were brown though.
Yeah, right.
But I caught 2 walleye. Then the rest of them were, I caught only, one of them was smallmouths. The other 6 were largemouths, but I did have 1 spot. But again, I think I might have had you though if I would have thinking, because remember I called you early this morning and thinking, crap, because I was like, I had one that might not have been pushed, that it was short, but it would have been over a pound, so we would have made it a lot closer than what it really was. But yeah, Norman, I ended up with 617 is what I finished up with.
Alright. I actually ended up with, I had one big one today, which was right at like, it actually ended up weighing 314, about 20 inches. Actually, when I got it in the boat before I weighed it, I thought it was 4.5, 4.75. It looked massive, but when I put it on the scale, it weighed 314. But I ended up with 727, 7.27.
Yeah.
So, guys, we want to give a big shout out to Steve Dial, Bruiser Bait.
Oh, sure.
You guys rock. Thanks for making this challenge happen. Too bad, we didn't have it under a little bit better fishing conditions, but we made it work. And so, big shout out to the boys back in Alva, Florida, Bruiser Bait.
Yeah. Made some killer baits.
And yep. Guys, go to their website, www.bruiserbaits.com, bruiserbaits.com, www.bruiserbaits.com. Go check their full line of products out, and order right off the website. But also go to www.bassaddictiongear.com. That same, it's kind of their sister company, same ownership. So www.bassaddictiongear.com, go to that as well. They have a lot of apparel, and they also have baits, tackle, but they have other stuff that you're not going to find at Bruiser.
Yep.
So definitely look them up. We got a little incentive here for everybody. Hey, if you guys want to get involved, anybody out there wants to get involved with our next challenge, to be a part of the challenge, the more boats the merrier. We'll have a 10 boat challenge. Or 12 or 20.
Yep.
But if you want to be a part of our next challenge, guys, and all it is a fun time on the water. Nothing serious. Yeah, we're trying to win, but we're having fun doing it. It's just myself and Colin, good buddies out there fishing, and come join us and have a good time with us on the lake catching some bass. If you want to be a part of our next challenge, go to our Deck Talk YouTube channel. Deck Talk Podcast on YouTube, and subscribe to the channel, guys. And don't forget, Catching Deck Talk Podcast every Thursday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We have a lot of great guests still to come this season.
Yep, that's it. So
I'm hungry.
I'm hungry.
I'm hot.
I'm fat.
I'm thirsty. I can't say that, but the skinny boy's hungry too.
Yeah.
Guys, until next time, thanks a lot. Bruiser Baits, had a great time. Bruiser Bait Challenge. What do you say?
Send it
We'll
again.
see everybody on the flip side, and tight lines.